Oh.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. That's not there
Are
yet.
we putting it on the tripod?
Yeah, I guess we should.
Mom.
Shout it. I'm kidding.
I'm like crying.
I know.
Eyes are
I'm
watering.
laughing so hard. I'm crying too. Oh no, what's happening? Hey, we're finally live, guys. Right now, Crystal Clunk. Can you text Crystal and let her know we're live? She's like wanting to know when we're going live.
Oh, I'm
What's
not
her?
even in
I
it.
don't have her
Mom,
number on this phone.
you're just the center of attention. I'm not even in it.
Oh.
Your face is right there.
Your face is in it?
Well, like, if I lean...
Oh.
Well, sit here and I'll sit there.
How's that?
We're good, we're good.
Are we good?
What's Crystal?
Are you in it?
I think.
Oh, now I'm not in it.
Come on, let's just move the chairs closer. Sorry, Charlie.
Oh, it's okay.
Hey, that's funny. Sorry, Charlie.
All right.
All right.
This is.
Is that literally my butt in the camera? Hey, guys. Hey. We have had so much trouble getting this set up. Jake knows what he's doing. We don't.
Lean your head in.
Mine? This is why it's inconvenient, Mom.
Well, here, you sit here.
No, I'm good, I'm good.
All right. So, everybody, tonight I invited my friend Charlie, who thinks it's hilarious that I have no idea what I'm doing. None whatsoever. Who has this pulled up on
Oh, I can.
YouTube?
YouTube.
Because I can't read that far away. 8. Okay. And we actually have
Oh, you got it.
the possum phone. Okay. Oh no, listen to myself flag. How do you turn this
On the
volume
side,
down?
right there.
This is quality content.
Is it down?
It is.
Okay.
Okay, finally, guys, we're just about ready to start. I'm sorry that we are so bad at this. It is 9 o'clock Eastern time. Or no,
9:30.
it's 9:30 Eastern time. Whoops, sorry. Yeah, didn't I say 9 o'clock? Yeah. So Gail says, hi, Charlie.
Hi, Gail.
Gail is from Great Britain, and
Oh.
she is always with us, and we just love it. Yes, it is spooky story time, and yes, we are going to have call-ins. Hey, Joanna. Oh, thank you. You know what was fun was trying to figure out this whole setup. I've never used a tripod in my life, and
Neither has Charlie.
neither has Charlie. She wasn't much help. And then Anna was just cussing me. That's all. And then we had an exciting visit from some people of religious persuasion that were trying to come and talk to us. Not sure who they were or what they were, but they were circling our driveway, dressed in their little white suits with their little ties. I don't think Jacob will be calling in. Can you guys even hear us? Can you hear us good? I'm not seeing any response to that. But anyway, they're like, whatever, can't hear you. They have no idea if we're talking or not. Okay.
Want me to tell them the number?
Yeah. So, do you know the number?
No.
The number is 828-506-1643. We'll be taking calls in just a few minutes.
What? This way?
There we go.
There you go.
Okay,
Now,
so repeat it.
828
That's 828
506
506
1643.
1643.
I don't see Robert the Doll. I didn't have him out here today. You ever heard of Robert the Doll?
No.
I'll tell you about that later. He's kind of that's a scary story. But anyway, thank you, Kay, for putting it out there. That's awesome that the audio is so good because we're sitting like further away than we usually do and using this to read. So anyway, you can call in and tell a scary story if you want to. We just don't want to have the same callers calling more than once, just so in case people want to have an opportunity to do that. Although I see there's a lot less people in this chat, maybe because the carpetbagger's not here. So hopefully I can win you guys over and you'll be back next week for the real deal when he's here. So anyway, all right. Does anybody have any stories that they want to call in?
Is it on?
It's on.
It's on.
Yeah. Waiting for a caller, guys.
I think most gave up because there's one.
Uh-oh. No caller ID. Might be a troll. This will be fun. Okay. Whoops. Why?
Mom.
It is not my fault. Hello, caller. Who's calling?
Hello, this is Susan.
Hey, Susan. How are you today?
I'm good.
Good. You got a
I'm
story
doing
for us today?
fantastic. Yeah, I got a story for you guys.
Okay, tell it. Let's hear it. Where-
There's one time me and my sister were playing hide and seek with our cousins, and we seen the spirit of our cat,
Of your cat or somebody else's?
of our cat.
Oh, so like a cat that had already passed on that lived in your family?
Yep, and we're just like, what the heck? I wish they would have had a camera at the time to take a picture of it, but we were both kind of just in shock and surprised to see the spirit of our dead cat that we've had.
Oh, wow. Now, we've told a lot of stories on here, but I don't think I've heard any animal spirit stories. So that's pretty cool.
And then I have a few stories about work too, if you want to hear those.
Yeah, will you turn off the video in the background? It's causing reverb.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Thank you.
And I have this one. I work at a care center as a CNA, and I worked graveyards for 10 years. And down at we're down by the nurse's station, down at the very end of the hall, we seen a shadow person walk from one room to the other. It kind of freaked us out, but we went down there to check, and everybody was in bed asleep.
Mhm.
And it kind of scared us and freaked us out.
Yeah, that is really creepy.
And then there's one time I was in a resident's room taking care of them, and then I seen somebody standing outside of the door, so I turned to see who it was, and they just disappeared, and it kind of scared me.
That is creepy.
It's crazy. And then there's one time I was sitting at the nurse's desk, and there's this little ball of light just went floating across the nurse's desk, and it scared me.
That's creepy.
Yeah, we're always seeing ghosts and shadow people and stuff at the care center where I work.
People are saying hi to me.
You can talk
Yeah.
in your answer. What is
Oh.
your name? What's your YouTube name?
I don't have one.
You don't have one? What?
But anyways, I better get off the phone now because I'm on break. My break's over, so I better get back to work now.
Thank
It's nice
you,
talking to you guys.
Susan. Yep, thank you. We appreciate your call.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. So, I'm going to also go to this live, which I'll have to leave if somebody calls,
You
but
want this?
it's okay.
Yeah, I have it pulled up too.
Yeah, it drives me crazy because usually we're using his phone. Press home.
They said, how's Jacob?
He's good. You know, he's at Hales Bar Dam or whatever with that big collaboration today. And I don't know what they're doing, but it sounded pretty fun. I know there was a lot of storms in the area earlier, so I was wondering if they were having trouble with that. We're about to have our own scary story here. What about you, Charlie? Do you have any scary stories to tell?
No, I only have inappropriate jokes that I can't tell.
I like inappropriate jokes, but you know.
Hey, somebody said I got a good ghost story. Marshall Jim Duncan.
Here comes somebody from Nova Scotia, so we're going to talk to them.
Okay.
Hello, Nova Scotia. Who's calling?
Peddling Prince.
Hey, Peddling Prince. How you doing? Thanks for making sure that it wasn't awkward when nobody called.
Yeah, no, it's okay. No, that's fine. I was thinking, I was trying to think if I had any more stories for you, and I suddenly remembered something that this requires a little bit of background
Okay.
to tell you. I'm not even sure whether you call this a ghost story, but it was pretty weird at the time. I used to go with a friend. We used to go to this pizza shop. Used to be like it was quite a distance where I walked. And so in order to cut some of the distance, there was a shortcut we could take that went through a person's yard and then down this steep hill through the woods. And one night, two of us, I guess, were kind of stupid, and we decided we were going to do this at night. But since we knew the territory so well, we thought it'd be fine. But we get to the woods part, and we're going down the hill, and we hear this rustling in the woods next to us, like, as if something is there. Okay, we just stop, look, we think it might be an animal or something. But we said, okay, no problem. We start going, and then it goes again. And what the weird thing about it is, it kept following us. Every time we go further down the hill, it'd be right next to us, all the way down the hill, and like something's following us down this hill. So we basically started running down the hill rather pell-mell, nearly twisted my knee, but we managed to get to the bottom and got out. But we still don't know what the heck was following us down that hill because it was dark. We couldn't see. We just heard this thing. We're just following us. So I don't know whether that's certainly not. It was creepy as heck, though. It was right there. It was definitely following along where we were. That much we knew.
That sounds super creepy. Crazy.
Yeah, it was a bit, especially since this particular area was a area where my mother had said that one time she saw some weird creature with a hood run across the road when she was driving down the road in that area and dive into the lake. So we were wondering, okay, was that the thing my mother was talking about? I don't know. When she said it had a hood on, I'm like, okay, was she seeing things or was that actually what she saw? I don't know. This is like the area actually has a couple of stories. There was actually another one about these guys that we heard that were on that same road that was at the bottom of the hill where we were going. That were once out there and they heard this god-awful screech that began at its high pitch that sounded like squealing tires, like a car, right? And then it kept on dropping in pitch until it was like this groan. That's the way they described it. It was so loud it echoed off through the hills. Nobody knows where the heck that sound came from. Now that was not something I experienced, but this was the area we were in, so maybe that's why it was kind of freaking us out a little bit.
No kidding. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's called Blackett's Lake. There's a few stories about it out here in this area, but no, I just thought that might be a good story to start out with.
Thank you so much.
Oh, that's not a problem. Okay, I'm gonna just get out of here and let some other people in, and I'll keep the number up on the screen for you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Not a problem.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Any other callers?
Nope. They're like, nope. See you later. Oh, somebody's texting you.
Who is it?
Your honey. Oh. All right, guys. So, I don't have a whole lot of scary stories, but the couple I have sound so unbelievable. It's hard to even say them out loud.
The DSS stories?
Yeah, we'll do DSS campfire stories one day when I retire, but
I'll be here for that one.
Exactly. We'll have a group of social workers. They'll just tell nut stories all day. But let me see. I think I was in the 5th grade, and I had a slumber party with 10 or 11 girls that had come home with me from school, and we stayed up all night long, and we were kind of delirious the way girls are running. But I remember it was about 4 in the morning, and I looked out of the basement window. We were staying down in the basement, and I saw, nobody's gonna even believe this, but it was real to me. I don't know. I saw what looked like an apparition standing in the driveway, and I really couldn't tell anything about whether it was male or female or what it was wearing. It looked like a projection almost. Like,
Would you like to explain what an apparition is to people like me?
an apparition is a spirit like form.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But anyway, I actually yelled really loud, and I remember another girl that was there came to the window, and she said she saw it too, but I don't know. You know, girls get hysterical when they're young like that, and I don't know if it was for real, or just me being a fifth grade crazy person, but um, it's always stood out in my mind and always gives me the creeps when I think about it. And that night we stayed up all night just kind of scared and waiting for something to happen, and I just remember the thrill and the fear that we had, and that's one of the reasons that I like to do these campfire stories, is just to kind of hear the thrill that everybody has when they have something happen to them that's genuine, whether or not it's real, whether or not you believe. It is definitely something about people getting scared. It's exciting. um, but I feel like that we've kind of been going on for a while about these stories.
Somebody's looking at somebody.
Guys.
Oh no. Okay, so the real number, hello there, is 828-506-1643, right? 828-506-1643. I'm sorry for your troubles.
Did you say the wrong number?
No, I don't know. Somebody may have, there could have been a troll. No, it was the real number. 828-506-1643. I think it's just a troll. And now people are repeating it. So, and usually Jacob has a whole lot more callers, so I'm kind of thinking this may be, tell about how you and Jacob met.
Ooh, I want to hear this.
It's boring. We met through a friend.
That's it.
End of story.
End of story.
We lived together before we ever dated. We lived together as just friends, and he rented
Someone
this.
calling.
Oh. Okay, never mind my boring stories.
All right. Wait 1 second. We're pulling you out on the selfie stick.
All right, caller, who's
Ah!
calling?
Oh wait, there's a malfunction. Oh my.
Malfunction number 2.
Tighten that little thingy on the right.
Yo.
Hi. We dropped you.
Don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere. We're fixing this. Technical difficulties.
I got a good story.
All right, who is this?
The Lion 227.
The Lion 67. All right.
227.
227. Oh, sorry.
I have a baseball glove over my face.
Oh, really? Did you play baseball?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Is the volume on the way?
But
We are.
I'm hearing the feedback. I got a good story.
All right. What's your story?
Check this out. I went like a couple years ago, maybe like 10 years ago. I had a dream, and I was sleeping, and this man with he had like a glove, like a it wasn't a sword, but it was like knives on his glove. And I woke up, and then I went to my computer, and I was like, I know I've seen him before. So I was like, that's Freddy Krueger. I looked out my window, and then the It Clown was there, like the Pennywise guy. I was like, holy crud, like, what is that? You know what I mean? So I ran out, I saw him, and he tried to tackle me. I was like, oh my God, I gotta, it was crazy.
Okay. I'm doubting the authenticity, but I'm glad for the caller. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Switch over to Ohio.
All right, bye. All
Hi.
right, you're live.
Hi, Gail.
This is Christy.
Hey, Christy.
Hey.
How you doing today?
Good. How are you? Who's this?
This is Alan from Ohio.
Hi, Alan. How you doing?
Doing well. How you doing tonight?
Good.
That's good. And my wife and I usually watch this together. We've been watching this together for the last few weekends. Kind of been our date night, but
Oh, that's
tonight,
fun.
yeah, it is fun. But tonight I took a late nap, so I'm outside working out, but I'm about to go back in and be with her again. So,
Awesome.
but yeah, I got a story for you.
Let's hear it.
It's a ghost story. You could call it a fun ghost story.
Okay.
We about 30 years ago, when we were fresh out of college or so, we had a Halloween party. And give you a little backstory. We had this dog. She had this dog, a Cocker Spaniel, and it wasn't very smart. And if you just looked at the Cocker Spaniel, it would growl at you, just for no reason whatsoever. It just always do that. And her dad, who has passed away since, he was just a whole lot of fun, especially things like that. And we threw, like I said, a big Halloween party, and with all of our college friends, we had a lot of mutual college friends. It was just a really fun night. He took us on a hayride, and we went by this small cemetery nearby, and some of our friends were real superstitious, I should say, and they were worried about like spirits attaching to you and following you home.
Right.
And they were concerned about things like that. They were nervous about going to the graveyard for this reason. And so anyway, in the course of things, we made our way back home, and we were all sitting around in the house again, and my my wife's father, who's playing up on their fears, looks at the dog and to get the dog to growl. He's like, that's funny. He's never done that before. He would just he was just so much fun. Basically, that's the whole story. We love you guys. Keep
Aw.
up the good work. All right,
Thank
talk to you later.
Thanks, Alan. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. So, what are we doing here? What are they
Here.
saying? Oh, you're over there selfie.
Sorry, just kidding.
Uh-oh. Here comes
They're
another one.
saying,
Uh-oh. All right. Hello, Georgia. Who's calling?
This is Christian from Georgia.
Hey, Christian. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
You got a story for us tonight?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. Let's hear it.
Okay, so, as normal, my dad always makes a fire. We always have campfires around every night. So, my dad left me there sitting because he thought I was responsible enough to be outside by myself. Well, I was, but there was something peculiar about the fire. The fire was getting closer to me, but I didn't really know why. So I backed up, and it wouldn't stop getting closer. And it got close enough to where it burned me on my hand a little bit. So I'd ran back down the road because my dad wasn't home, I realized. So I thought I'd go down to the neighbor's house, and it was just a normal day until that happened. After that, we found my dad eventually, so we went back, and it was a normal day, just plain normal day. And then after that, this is so big. We had found bloodstains in the carpet in the house that led to my room.
Oh, gosh. And what was in your room?
Little did we know that those were the bloodstains of my brother.
Oh, my gosh.
You know who killed him?
You did.
No.
Psych.
My mother, who passed away last year.
Oh, wow.
And you know how we know?
How?
There was purple cloth all over the floor. She was obsessed with the color purple.
Oh, wow. That's creepy. Thank you so much, Christian, for the story.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I like the kids. They're
That's
cute.
sweet, yeah.
Yeah.
peculiar.
I thought he was going to say, it was me, because that's the way
That's what Dad
would
does.
always say, right? Yeah.
No,
Oh,
but
my
it was just a
Oh.
purple cloth.
Somebody said, I literally can't stop thinking about the caller from last time who sees a dead lady hanging in her shower. Wonder how she's doing.
I know. That
Wait,
was
I
a
wasn't there
seriously
for that.
scary call. I was like, oh my God. If that were happening to me, I wouldn't be calmly talking on the phone. I'd probably be in a.
Screaming.
I mean, I want to
running
like,
down the road.
I want to
Yeah.
tell this story, but I don't know if I'm gonna have enough time.
You have time?
Okay, all right. So, one time I was like, I'm a bad kid, so I play with the Ouija board with my friends, and so we were playing with it, and we were like, who's this? And apparently not supposed to do that, but we did it anyway. So we asked who it was, and it said Ahriman, which is, we looked it up, and it's a Native American devil, basically, devil baby. And whatever you believe, I don't know, that's just what the internet says. Google it, I don't know. Anyway, so it said it was Ari Man, and I was like, okay. I mean, we rolled with it, and then I was like she lives on this like big hill that like really could be like an Indian mound or something, because it's not like a regular looking hill, like it's just like a mound looking hill, like, you know what I mean? Anyway, so that happened, and like the next time I was there, she was like, I have these purple flowers in my yard, and I was like, oh, I wonder if it has anything to do with this like Ari Man person. And then we looked it up, and it was like this Native American flower that like only like grows on like Native American land, which was so weird. And then like I remember like a couple times after we had done that, I think we had done the Ouija board that day, but I don't know what it had mentioned. And two of my friends were there, that girl and then another one, and they look at my forehead and they're like, what's that? Like, what's on your forehead? And all this stuff, and I'm like, I don't know. And then a couple minutes it went away, and they were like, okay. And then a couple months later I was thinking about it, and she was right next to me, and I go, can you draw that for me? Because I want to know what it looked like. And she draws it on a book, and it was like this weird little symbol, and we looked it up like on a Native American symbols, and we go through all these things, and then she goes, that's it. And then we zoom into the little thing, and it says right under the symbol, help deceased. And I was like, whoa.
That's pretty creepy.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Giving me chills. I don't want to hear that.
I'm not using a Ouija board. No, thank
No.
you. I'll pass on that
So
one.
apparently a ghost wanted help from my forehead, but
Yeah, it got none. That's pretty creepy. Ugh.
Oh, they said you had a great story.
Yeah.
oh, thank you. I felt like it was unorganized, and kind of I left out a little bit because I'm not very good at telling stories.
I'm not good at telling stories either.
I can tell a little short one for before the next caller.
I'm good at
Okay.
finding out the truth.
I like this one.
That's me.
This isn't a story that's my personal experience, but I like to start it with talking about a dark universe. And within that dark universe, there's this dark planet. And in this dark planet, there's a dark country. And in that dark country, there's a dark state. And in that dark state, there's a dark city. And a dark town. And a dark neighborhood. And a dark house. And once you get in that house, there's a dark room. And a dark closet. And a dark man with a dark coat. And inside that dark coat, there's a dark pocket that has a little pink jelly bean.
Is that all?
Yes. All right, there's a caller.
Okay.
Somebody asked where our s'mores were, so I think we should break them out.
I think we
Just
should.
saying.
All right, breaking out the s'mores, caller. I don't know if they heard
Hello,
me.
caller.
Where are they at?
Who's calling? Hello.
This is Christian again.
Hey, Christian. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I've got one question.
Yes.
I've got one question.
What's your question?
As you spoke on the phone, did you hear my hidden talents in the background?
What?
I said, as I told you the story, did you hear the hidden talents in the background?
Oh, something about sound in the background.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
maybe it's the bags. In the bags and stuff.
Okay, well, would you want to hear the wooden song?
Yeah.
Oh. I like that.
Very good, Christian. I love it. Oh, okay, go ahead.
Okay. That one's not as bad. But would you like to hear the next one?
I'm dropping my hair. Thank you so much, Christian.
Would you like to hear the next song real quick?
You know what? We're having trouble hearing you really well. I don't think that other people can hear.
I have a little bit of bad connection, but would you like to try hear it real quick?
Yep, let's hear it.
Sorry. It's not bad. It's not really working the way I intended. It's kind of bad. Smell it.
It smells like citronella. I think it'll kill us.
Wait. Oh my goodness, it does.
Alright, we'll just start this thing back up. Just here.
I'm gonna die if we.
Light up there.
Where you want me to light? Want me to light that piece on?
Mhm.
Somebody has to take a safety with the citronella.
Thank you, Christian. I think we're gonna have to go, okay? Thank you.
Somebody.
Bye. That was cute.
So,
Word
to the wise, do not use
I goof.
tiki torches to roast your marshmallows.
No, because they
Otherwise-
just turn black and smell like citronella.
And don't taste good.
So we're gonna have to woman up here and get this fire started. We had it, and then it burnt out
And
after
between all our
probably
retakes,
20
I
seconds.
think that wood caught fire a little bit, but it
Yeah.
needs sticks.
Well, here's 3.
Oh, somebody said
big
it's
ones.
non-toxic. I still don't want to eat it though. It's bad.
It may not be toxic, but it probably doesn't taste very good, right?
If you eat those, you'll turn into zombies. Okay.
You want to go underneath it so it'll catch the logs on fire. Stoke it up there.
It's not gonna catch.
Does anybody
Somebody said more lint.
more lint? They know us.
That's so funny.
Oh my gosh, more lint.
Hey, that wood caught fire a little.
A little. Guys, has anybody ever listened to the Black Tapes? Because I love the Black Tapes podcast. And one of the things that scared the crap out of me for nights on end was the unsound. Does anybody know what that is? What did I
It says,
say?
Look out for midget something.
Oh.
Look out for midget clowns.
Yeah.
Black tapes, question mark. How's Jacob, question mark. Who is the blonde girl, question mark.
That's Charlie. Charlie's my friend.
Can I just stick the lighter in
Yeah,
there?
it's fine. She is here supporting me.
I'm here for the s'mores.
She brought the s'mores. She's trying to be supportive. You gotta get it underneath.
I'm
There you go.
trying, Mom.
Seems like a creepy area. Are you communist?
Why does that guy come in every time and ask if we're communists? Come on, people. No, we're not communists.
Oh, Lord.
There we go.
Oh, somebody said I had a creepy dream of our old house again. You could call in about that.
Okay.
One of the scariest paranormal stories for me is black-eyed children.
Ooh, that one's
That's
spooky.
creepy. Beware of the
Call in
jelly
and tell
man.
that. I want to hear
Does
it.
anyone have stories about Slender Man?
Ooh, Slender Man scares
Slender Man's
me.
cray-cray.
Yeah.
Cactus communism is, I don't even know.
Oh my gosh, I literally can't do it.
I marshmallows.
It's not
You'll have to
working.
get the selfie stick to be able to get your marshmallow roasted since you're sitting all the way back there.
Roast it for me. What do I do with this
Oh,
one?
yeah.
Can I just?
Yeah, you chuck it. It'll.
It's not chucking.
Now Charlie's getting a call on her personal phone.
Y'all better. Thank you.
Okay, I just stabbed
I
my
see
arm.
Slender Man behind Charlie. Not cool. At least I'm not a child. He won't take me.
True.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah, the tiki torch is supposed to work for mosquito. The tiki torch is supposed to work for mosquitoes.
Okay, I'm gonna have to like get underneath because this is not working.
You have to look up Slender Man on YouTube. He's a creepy feller that comes and takes
Here, I'll
children
try
at night.
Here, wait. I can try it one last time. Oh,
Use a stick to stuff it down in there. There we go.
And then move
Now
the
it
logs
gets-
back.
Oh, it was just catching.
Worst directed bagger.
All right, just waiting for someone to call.
Someone said the blonde girl is showing signs of turning into a zombie. Listen, I've been there.
She's already a
I've been
zombie.
there.
She works at DSS too.
Yeah.
It's the best we can muster up is just kind of going through life with our eyes closed.
Halfway over. Slender Man is a communist.
I'm sure he is.
I don't know.
Where's Joe Lee? Does Joe Lee care about Mrs. Carpetbagger?
Slender Man is
Like, none of this is
allergic to
working.
It is working. You just chill.
Hey, somebody said, I know you guys said only call in once, but since you're not getting many calls, can I call in again?
Yeah, it's fine.
Sure, go for it.
Is it catching?
Yeah, it's catching.
Should I throw one more?
Oh, they said they tried to call and got the voicemail.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't hear it.
Oh, yes, I love horror movies. They're my favorite. Do you guys like horror movies?
Yes.
I love horror movies.
Well, we're going to have a sleepover.
That would be fun. What's your favorite?
I like The Conjuring and like the Annabelle movies. I like those.
The Conjuring.
And I like.
It's a good one.
I like really freaky things. I don't know.
I like the slow burner. I like the Blair Witch Project.
The Nun movie. Okay, I guess the thing's your phone's not working.
Did it die?
Mom, you're
Oh.
like leaving it on the ground while everybody's calling. It's not
My
funny.
bad.
Then someone said booty itch.
That's that kid told Booty Itch story.
Oh,
I'm gonna call this last number back. How about that?
do it.
Sorry, I've missed like 10 calls because I didn't know it was ringing. It's on silent.
Maybe don't have it on silent. You just show everyone their number.
Didn't mean to.
Answer our phone. Whoever you are.
They're like, no, I ain't even gonna answer.
Hello?
Hi, you're online with the Carpetbagger channel.
Just a second, I got pause. Okay. Mustache or no? Yes or no?
No. No mustache.
No, that could be like a creeper looking thing.
Yeah.
Are we talking about a story or a real mustache?
No, just, do you like mustaches? Yes or no?
No,
Nah, I'm not really a fan of facial hair,
No.
shave it off.
except sideburns.
Like sideburns.
Butt chops, but not a mustache.
Right.
All right.
Who's calling?
Bye. Larry.
Hey, Larry. All right, thanks for calling.
Morgan, hi.
Bye.
We don't.
Okay. That wasn't a scary
Random.
story.
Unless it was a scary
Hold this
mustache,
one.
which it very well could have been. Oh, you like Pennywise? I liked it. That was a good remake of it.
Yeah, we have a great
Hey,
drain
somebody
down the
calling.
road.
Okay.
Okay.
Someone from Canada.
You have a great drain down the road?
Hello.
Yeah, every time I see it, I think it's Pennywise.
Hello.
It's Peddling Prince again.
Hey there, saving the day, trying to keep me from looking like an idiot. You can't. Spoiler
No,
alert.
You know what? I gotta say, I love the setup you got there. What a great camera angle, great atmosphere you got going on.
Oh, thank you. It's a miracle that
No
ever
problem.
happened, believe me, because we
Oh, I want
couldn't
to.
get into. We've got a fire. We have a fire for like 20 seconds. We've got to roast these marshmallows.
Oh my goodness, and I'm holding the selfie stick. You guys are selfish.
Here, I'll hold it.
I'll hold it while I eat this
Anyway,
marshmallow.
you know, there was one story there. I was thinking, like, I was concentrating on looking for stories of things that actually happened. It never occurred to me to tell one about a nightmare I had that actually still sticks in my mind to this day. It was seriously, it's not really a ghost story, but boy, was it creepy. There was this one where it was back when I was in my old neighborhood when I was growing up, and for some reason, I knew that there were these aliens coming to invade. I don't know how I knew that in the dream, but I was running around my neighborhood, knocking on everybody's doors, saying, "You've got to get out of here! You've got to get out of here! The aliens are coming! They're going to take But the creepy part was, I got back to my own home, and I was yelling out to the whole neighborhood, "They're listening to everything we say." And the moment I said that, I heard the words repeated. We're listening to everything you say in this creepy alien voice over my head. And then at that moment, something knocked me flat to my back. I saw the ship flying over my head just as I woke up.
Oh my god, oh my gosh, that is creepy.
It is. That's why I never forgot it. Like, I was like 12 years old when I had that dream. But geez, as I woke up, it's like, oh my god. But it took me a few minutes before I realized, oh yeah, okay, that was a dream. But it was one of those dreams that felt really real, especially towards the end of it. So I just thought you might enjoy that one.
Thank you so much. Yeah, maybe you were abducted, somebody else said.
Yeah.
I don't know.
By the way, there was a problem with your phone there. Last time I tried to call, it kept bouncing off with the message that the voicemail has not been set up. I don't know why.
That's weird. Yeah, because it was obviously when we were on it, but maybe somebody else was calling at the same time because I did notice that it was on silent. So.
Yeah. Okay.
And I
Fair
wasn't
enough.
holding
Okay.
it.
Well, in that case, I will go back to posting the number. Hopefully, we'll get some more calls.
Thank you. All right.
Not a problem. This is great, by the way. I am having fun.
Thanks.
So are we.
Bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
We're having fun.
Hello, Oregon.
Larry from Oregon again. I
Hello.
have a ghost story.
Uh-oh. Is this going to be about it?
Well, no. I was remodeling a house one time,
Uh-huh.
and we had a bunch of equipment around, and we didn't want to get a stove, so I was sleeping in the house. I heard noises in the basement. I went down into the basement, and I saw a feller in a plaid shirt cutting kindling.
Oh, thank you.
I went down into the basement, and I saw that, right?
Yeah.
And it smelled like old pipe tobacco. The weird thing is the guy who built the house looked exactly like what I said he looked like when I talked to the guy who was rebuilding the house.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's weird.
I don't even really believe in ghosts.
Yeah, I don't know. That's really weird and creepy.
Well, I went down into the stairs and I saw him and he looked at me and I went, oh, this is weird. And I turned around and went back upstairs. Then I went back downstairs and he was gone.
He was gone when you got there?
When I went back down after I saw him, because it freaked me out, because I
Yeah.
thought somebody was trying to rob all the equipment we had, rebuilding the house.
Here, let me hold it. Let me hold it.
Yeah, here you go.
Here, somebody said you need to eat.
It was just weird.
That is weird. Yeah, I know. I'm not.
It is.
It's so funny all the things that are going on at the same time. I hope people don't think I'm laughing at their stories because I love the stories. I'm just sitting here also trying to like balance a
That's me all
snore.
you want. I'm a weird feller, so.
No, that's cool. All right. Well, thank you so much. We've got
Have a
a
good
caller
night.
from.
Tell more weird stories.
All right. Thank you. Bye. Whoops. Okay, we missed some calls there, but
Oh my gosh, I just got marshmallow on my face.
yeah, we need like a 2-minute break anyway. We've got to eat. Oh gosh, look! These are those giant marshmallows, and mine just like threw up all over the graham cracker.
Mine just like didn't come off, so now I'm just eating like the gross part of it.
I wish you were all here to enjoy this.
What we can do now on our break is you guys can message us the most appropriate jokes that you have, and we'll tell them.
Yep.
Because they can't be inappropriate.
No inappropriate.
Okay.
Alright, I'm just gonna be wearing this. In the meantime, I'll tell you guys what I did today. Besides spend the day at the mall
Spend a bunch of money.
with Annabelle.
Oh.
Buying her clothes. We also went to the Latin Festival in Asheville. And we had elotes, which is like corn on a stick with Parmesan and chili on it. It was really good. And Annabelle had a mango with chili powder. And we saw some Mayans dancing.
Sorry.
And
Really
some
sorry.
good music and some neat clothes. It was fun.
Oh, somebody said, why do birds fly south?
Why? If I were a bird, I'd fly south too. I like the south.
I'd fly out to Wyoming.
You would
I'm a
not.
very particular bird.
You're a very odd bird, right?
I am. More than one way. Say that.
What would you do in Wyoming?
I don't know, like play on the mountains and stuff. Like see all the stuff, the sights.
Play on the mountains.
Yeah.
The hills are alive.
They're
Y'all
calling.
get yeet. Where?
It's not. It's not coming off.
This is
Oh my god, it's literally stuck on the ground now.
I can't wait for you to come out and step on that during the day.
Mm-hmm. It's juicy.
at
Right
least you
there.
didn't step on the thing.
Oh my god, it stuck to the grass.
Okay, it's there
I'm pretty
forever.
sure that marshmallows aren't good for you.
And there's no Rufus to lick it up.
Somebody said Wyoming's a beautiful state. I agree. I would love to go there.
We almost named Annabelle Nebraska.
I thought you were gonna say we almost named her Wyoming.
No.
That would've been
We almost
terrible.
named her Nebraska because we always had like this romantic vision that Nebraska would be like this beautiful, wide open state, just full of corn and scarecrows and stuff. And then we didn't because my grandmother cried when I told her that, and so we named her Annabelle, which was after his grandmother and mine and my mom. And then I was looking through this book that my grandfather had about the history of the town he was born in, and it listed his mother's sisters, and one of his mother's sisters was named Nebraska. I have never heard that name before. I never knew it was a name. I just liked it.
Yeah.
That's kind of a spooky story, I guess.
Spooky.
Weird.
She was almost named Nebraska. Ooh.
I know. Oh, thank you. Can't read the name. Joe? Something?
Thank you,
Philip?
Joe.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I'm like the
Mom.
worst sight.
One time I went to the store and they ran out of milk. Ooh.
Oh my god.
That would
Are
be
you like a
horrifying if it was
35-year-old
snowing.
woman?
One time you were like on the news like while it snowed, and they were like the most popular things being bought is eggs, milk, and bread. And Mom, you were like, what are they just making milk sandwiches?
That's funny.
I never understood that. We do live in a small town though, and like mountains, so you know when it snows here, it's a big deal. We don't have the equipment to just like salt everything, and even if you did, you're on top of a mountain.
Right.
You
It
don't
doesn't
wanna go
really
sliding
work.
into
Yeah, it's
anything.
like a sheet of ice, and you don't want to like, you know, just
Even our driveway is like on a hill, but and it doesn't seem like that much of an incline. You don't like get out of breath walking up it or anything, but if it's icy, try getting up that. Seems like a mountain. This is kind of disgusting.
why.
It's disgustingly delicious.
I know, it's just full of like sticky.
No, I tried to put that down and my finger kept getting stuck to it.
Yeah, my fingers are sticky, and I want to go inside and wash my hands.
Go ahead.
Look at the mirror and say Candyman 3 times to see if he appears.
Oh my gosh. That same slumber party in 5th grade.
Really?
Yeah, we were playing that.
What was it that was on TV though? Like
Maybe it was Candyman.
was
in the
was it
driveway.
Carrie? Like you would say in the
No,
mirror?
Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary.
Oh, Bloody Mary. Okay. Sorry.
Or have you ever played light as a feather, stiff as a board?
Oh my.
Never played that.
One time I like had that stuck in my head and I had no idea what that meant. And like I have a friend's house that's like not the same friend I talked about earlier, but another friend's house who like has this little girl haunting it. Like I swear I've seen her in my dreams. She's creepy.
All your friends are devil worshippers.
I know. Like they're just like
It sounds like it.
just I
That's why
guess
the
the
missionaries were
devil
here.
just like smiles at them or something. Anyway, so I was like walking around her house and I was like light as a feather, stiff as a board, because I didn't know what that meant and I was just like saying that. So I was like, what is this? And I was like, light as a feather, stiff as a board. She was like, stop! Yeah, she was mad. She was like, don't say that around here. Don't
I
say
don't
that
know
around
that-
these parts.
The way I heard it, it doesn't evoke anything. You actually levitate. You get like a group of girls around, usually girls, because boys are probably more busy doing something more fun. But
Yeah. Riding their tractor. You know. Doing them boy things.
doing them boy things. But
Staying
you
in their
get, like,
garage.
your friends
Out
together,
there living.
and that one person lays in the floor, and everybody puts their hands underneath them.
Okay.
And then you say, light as a feather, stiff as a board, light as a feather, stiff as a board. And then the person levitates.
Let's try it.
Let's do it.
I'll lay down. I'm
If
gonna
I levitate.
If you levitate, I'm going down there and get my car and I'm leaving. I love y'all, but no.
Has anybody out there ever levitated or shapeshifted?
Shape shifted. One time.
It's so call a possum
I
one.
turned into a rhinoceros. Y'all don't even know. My stomach just made
How
a
did
gurgle.
what did y'all do with all your food? Did you just throw it away?
Shoveled it in my mouth.
You ate it all already? How?
I only had one.
My graham
I only
cracker
have
was
one
like
too, but
this
this
thick.
is-
I forgot to put chocolate on it, and it was like less than a third of the marshmallow that actually got on it. So
Oh.
it's quite easy.
After my dad passed away, this is not scary, but I'm gonna tell you anyways. After my dad passed away, my mom is like convinced now that he comes back as butterflies.
Aww.
Like because after he passed away, she was sitting outside or something, and then a butterfly landed on her leg, and she started talking to it. So that's why I have butterflies on my tattoo. But like she's convinced that's him, and like she'll go outside, and they'll all just like flock around her. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
That is really weird.
Mhm.
The other day I was looking up like the butterfly migration in Mexico. I'm obsessed with Mexico and I want to go. I want to go
That's funny.
check it out.
Today you were like, I'm moving to Mexico.
I'll go with you.
One taste of that street corn and I was on my way.
I took
Alright.
a cruise to the Bahamas. That was fun.
A while ago there were like 50
Mom.
people calling. What is going on? It didn't show up.
Why is it not ringing?
Okay. I'm going to call this person back.
Alright.
Indiana.
Be careful in Mexico.
I will. Are we the only call-in show where we call people back and chase them around? Hey, you want to talk, didn't you? Are y'all having a good time?
Hello?
Hi, you're on live with the Carpetbagger channel.
Hi, this is Becca. You see me in the chats. I'm Becca
Hey,
Power.
Becca.
Thank you guys for doing the live stream.
Oh, thank you for coming and showing up because I don't know that I'm cut out for this, but I'm going to do it anyway.
You are doing a wonderful job.
Oh,
I don't
thank
want
you.
to hear it. You're doing great. I just wanted to call and participate because
Oh,
I
neat.
appreciate this and I appreciate everything. You guys sharing your lives with us, it means a lot.
Oh, thank
So
you.
I just wanted to call and share a story that happened to my grandfather. He grew up on the south side of Chicago,
Mhm.
and the house that they lived in, he and his 5 siblings, was haunted by this old woman. And she would bother them at night. She would walk up and down the hallway. And so it was a devoutly Catholic family.
and they consulted the priest who came and did an exorcism on their home.
What? For real?
But yes, and he was born, I think, in 23, so this happened when he was like 7, 8.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it was a big deal. This was nothing to mess with. So they did the exorcism, and it didn't work, and it actually made things worse. So they ended up, I don't know if it was the church or whatever, but they told them to start doing construction on their home. And what you do is replace 3 of the 4 walls, which they also did, and it didn't work either. So they ended up having to move.
Oh
she
my
was that much
gosh.
of an issue.
After replacing 3 out of 4 walls?
I know, it seems like the weirdest thing, but this is actually what they told them to do, and they followed, the directions, and they did everything they could. They ultimately ended up moving from that home. It was on Escanaba Avenue on the south side of Chicago. I also wanted to say that a story that happened to, I believe it was my great-grandmother, when she was growing up, her mom was cooking dinner in the kitchen, and she told her to go upstairs and ask her sister, who had been sick with polio, if she felt up to eating that day. So my grandmother is a little girl at the time. She's going up the spiral staircase, and a woman passes her. And it's a woman dressed in all black, long black veil, and she goes right past her on the staircase. Well, when my grandma or great-grandmother got up to the bedroom, her sister was dead. And so she ran back downstairs, and she told her mom, and she talked about the lady that had been passing who, she thought was a visitor. But as it turned out, there was no visitor. So it was just kind of death coming to get the little girl. And that's what bothered me, ever since I was a kid.
Now it's going to bother me. That's
Yeah.
so creepy.
I still think about it as an adult now. It might not have been the most appropriate thing that they were telling me these stories, but yeah, so I just wanted to share those stories from my family with you guys.
Was your grandma's sister a child too at the time?
Yes, she was.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, it's kind of just a terrible story all around. But yeah, it really bothers me because when you think about death or you think about that, you think it would be something scary or something that but it comes in this form of this impeccably dressed woman who just kind of slides past you. I don't know, it's very disturbing.
That is disturbing, but they say that there's a separate God for children. Sometimes they say that. I don't know. Who knows?
That's true.
Anyway.
But yeah, I just wanted to share my stories and to participate and to say thank you.
Thank
really
you.
Appreciate it. I'm
Thanks.
a big fan. I hope you have a great evening.
Yeah, we'll talk to you later, Becca.
Alrighty, bye-bye.
Bye. All right.
I like those stories.
That's a good story.
Yeah.
That was a really good story. Believable and scary.
Somebody said that person did the wrong 3 walls.
Yeah. Do you think maybe they said 3 because it's the Trinity?
Probably.
And it was the church?
The Illuminati is wow.
I know some people.
Are you okay? The Illuminati is wow. That's your statement?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mandela
somebody's
effect.
calling.
Oh my gosh.
And I missed it. Dang it.
After this call, we're about to share some Mandela effects because that is my favorite thing to talk about.
Somebody
You've heard about that?
I don't think so. Somebody said that Trump is scary.
Can't say. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, no.
Clearwater, Florida. Oh my gosh. Is this Shower Lady? This is Christy. You're on the air.
Hi, this is Valerie.
Hey, Valerie.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Okay, sure, yeah. Let me turn down that iPad so I don't get So yeah, I guess I'll just talk about the house I used to live in Pennsylvania, in the Pocono Mountains.
Mm-hmm.
I used to live on a road called Swiftwater Road, and I lived in this house. It was partially stone, but partially not stone, and I don't know, kind of had a creepy basement and stuff, but I don't know, I don't know if it was just because I was little at the time, but I don't know, I felt kind of creepy in that house.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, one time, this isn't really a scary thing that happened, but I was sitting in my bed one night, and I guess I couldn't sleep. I was kind of just sitting up, and
all of a sudden I saw this ball of light. I guess it was like the size of maybe like softball, and it just like it couldn't have been more than like 2 feet in front of me, and it just like flashed once and disappeared.
Oh wow.
And I told some other people about it, but they were like, oh, it's probably just ball lightning or something. I'm like, no, it's not ball lightning. Like it's like right there in front of me, and I didn't see like any lights coming from the windows or anything. So, but I don't know. What else happened when I was there? But later on, way after we moved out of that house, because we went down to Florida, and like right later, my mom told me that she was like she didn't tell me this when we lived there, but she told me that like when we first moved there when I was 8 years old, like because in the kitchen there's like this light fixture on the ceiling and it has like a glass cover on it.
Mm-hmm.
And she told me, and I guess there was 2 different ones in the kitchen area. And she told me that, like, when we first moved there, the light fixture, like, one by one, they flew across the room at her and broke on the floor in front of her.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I guess both of them did that. Like, they literally flew across the room off the ceiling towards her and freaked her out, like, right at her.
Yeah, that would be.
I didn't know that until we moved down to Florida. But what else? But yeah, I mean, it was just I don't know, it was just creepy growing up in the house for some reason. But later, like I just found out, like, because I haven't lived there for like years, but I guess the last person that lived in that house, like 2 years ago, apparently he killed himself in that house when his wife and children were out. So I guess nobody's lived in there for 2 years. I don't know. It's just a weird area.
Yeah, we actually lived in a house that Annabelle grew up in until recently when we moved to this house a couple years ago. But in the old house, the next door neighbor had killed himself in the garage. He had hung himself in the garage. And for a while, our dog kept going over and barking at the fence every night, about 2 o'clock in the morning. He would bark at the fence, bark at the fence, bark at the fence.
Like not very long after we moved down here in the condos down here in Florida too, we had a next door neighbor, and I guess he got cancer, but he actually, he shot himself too. So it's just like right next to us, and it's just kind of, but yeah, and also that area, like shortly before we moved out of the Pennsylvania, there's this laboratory, like this really, really huge laboratory. I guess they make vaccines or something, but they keep like growing, like getting bigger, like taking over the whole area. And it's just like, I don't know, I think I heard like of maybe them like dumping stuff in the water, but I don't know, like people getting cancer and stuff. But I don't know if it was from that or if it's just, but yeah.
Well, that's creepy. Thank you so much, Valerie, for your call.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing. Bye.
Thank you. Thanks for letting me call.
We missed Pennsylvania. We're calling Pennsylvania.
Maybe the mayor will answer.
Hello?
Hello, you're live.
You're live. Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
I just tried to call you guys.
I know. Sorry about that. We were on the other line.
No problem. I had another story.
Okay.
Back like a couple years ago, I picked up. It's not really. It's kind of a scary story, but not really. I picked up a friend of mine. He was sick, and we were in Chicago actually. And I picked him up, and we went downtown Chicago. It was just me and him and my girlfriend at the time, and we had a great time in Chicago. He took his father's Ferrari out, and I was like, "Are you crazy? You gonna really take that out?" And he was like, "Yeah." So we took the Ferrari out, and it was a GT, and it was nuts. We had such a great time. We put it in a parking lot, parking thing, and they
the people had it. They took it and sped around all day. We had a great time in Chicago. Went to a French restaurant, and then when we came back, my friend, we went back to his pool, and he was like, "Oh my God, I can't take this." He tried to like jump in the pool. He's acting all crazy, and we put the car like on hello, you guys
Hello.
there?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
there. We're listening.
Okay. He put the car on these two stilts, and it flew through a back like garage, smashed through the windows, and then I ran home and I jumped on a trampoline and everything's fine. Everything was fine.
He blew through the windows with the Ferrari.
Yeah, went through the window, and he was fine. His name's Cameron. He was fine after that, and we had a great time, and it was just fun. It was a fun time.
Okay, thanks for your story.
Okay, guys, have a good night.
Thanks.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
thank you.
Bye now. Bye.
Bye.
Oh my gosh.
You gotta
Oh,
hit the
hang on.
button.
Yeah,
Did
I
anybody
can't see
think that sounded like Ferris Bueller's Day Off there? We went to a restaurant in Chicago, and then we wrecked a good car. I don't know.
Hold on. Ah. Nope.
No.
Has anybody-
You're like, no.
it. Wait, I'd like
Nothing.
to ask about, and if anyone knows about Dear David. That's a really scary story.
Okay.
Well,
Dear
I
David.
can't tell it because it's extremely long.
Well, go ahead.
It's
we ain't
on-
got nothing better to do.
It's on YouTube, but basically this guy, he's living in this apartment, and he's on the top floor of the apartment, and he started, going into his apartment at night, and he would strange dreams started happening to him, and he had a dream one night about this little boy with a dented head. This is you can look at this on YouTube and go way more into depth, but I'm about to just search up Dear David if you want to listen more. But anyway, so he had this dream about a little boy sitting on this green chair, and he had a dented head. He had a malformed head, and he dreamed that the little boy walked up to him and looked at him, and then he woke up, and then the next night he had another dream about a lady in a store, and she told him, "Have you seen David yet?" And he goes, "Who's David?" And she tells him that it's the little boy in the chair, and he says, "What about him?" And the lady goes, "Well, you can ask him one question and two questions, but you cannot ask him three." And he stops dreaming, he wakes up, and the next couple weeks go by. Then he has another dream. David is sitting on a chair. He walks up to him. He gets really close, and he asks David, "What happened to your head?" And David tells him that something fell on him, and the guy asks how, and David tells him that something fell in a store, and he asked where the store was, and then he realized that he asked three questions, and he woke up. A bunch of crazy stuff happened. He had a cat. He had two cats actually, and things would happen with them. They would jump over things that were imaginary. He even went on a vacation, and he put a little cam to look at. Oh no, what's going on?
Uh-oh, low battery, guys.
We're getting close. Anyway, so he puts a camera in his apartment to look at his cats, and he looks at the cats, and it detects movement. It tells you when there's movement around there. Thank you so much, Susan Allison. Anyway, so it detects movement, and he sees movement, and he sees his cats doing really strange things, jumping over things that aren't there, things falling off shelves, even though there's zero movement to make that happen. And then he looks at one where it detects movement. There are no cats. There's nothing going on around it. And then he looks at the green chair, and the green chair is moving. So it's rocking back and forth, which that's the thing that got me. Anyway, he heard thumping above his apartment, and then he went into his attic, like above his apartment, and he found a little boy's shoe. That's just another detail. And also he was laying in his bed and he had his phone right next to him. And he woke up the next morning and he saw pictures of a little boy with a malformed head on his thing. And then the next time that he did that, he had a dream that he felt a thump on him, and he looked at his phone the next day and there was a picture of dear David falling onto him, which, ooh, that got me.
Yeah, that's a creepy one.
And it like shows you the picture. Like, this is a real thing that happened, which is so crazy. Oh my gosh.
They said you should call him Dented David.
Yeah, Dented David's a better name.
Oh my gosh.
Like
if you look it up on the internet, like it's a little bit like the video's long, it's a thread like on Twitter, but people read it out loud and he has pictures on there and it goes much more into depth and it tells the story much better than I did. So
that's something that I would love to do, is read ridiculous passages from
Twitter.
No.
Threads?
No. Books, okay? Books or movie scenes. I think those are funny, like when celebrities do, excerpts.
We should do that one night. We should like read those tweets that they do about celebrities.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be so fun.
Would be fun. I think my radio station does something called Facebook Fights, and so they each have like a role that they'll play, and people will alert them about a Facebook fight they've seen, and then
that would be cool.
They call in and they play the roles of the different people, and it's stinking hilarious.
Somebody said we should do this once a week and call it Carpetbaggers Ladies Night.
We would love to do that if we can get enough support for it, if everybody comes and watches. I see that the numbers have stayed pretty consistently around 150, but when he's here, usually there's more like 300 people watching. So I don't know, but maybe part of that's just because people don't know who I am, or don't, or they want to see his content, which I don't blame them, because, his content's very different. This is a very different, kind of a thing than what he would do probably. So, but I would love to do just a regular chat. I know Peddling Prince asked me where I got the name Kennedy Rain. Well, it was the 90s, and I just liked the name Kennedy a lot, and Rain, and it just went together.
All right.
That was going to be Annabelle's name when I was, before she was ever.
My middle name is Rain.
Maybe
her
it
middle
would have
name
been
is
Kennedy,
Rain.
Nebraska.
Kennedy, Nebraska Rain. But anyway, instead it's Annabelle Rain. But we just got her this really cool Edgar Allan Poe, Annabelle Lee poem, like on a dictionary page with a print on it, for her wall today. It was really cool, and that was my favorite poem in the world.
I liked Edgar Allan Poe when I was in school.
Yeah, I think E. Cummings' "I Carry Your Heart" is probably a better poem, but
he's morbid. Not
yeah,
Edgar's morbid.
Edgar's morbid. He is, but I like the scary stories, so I always thought he was great. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Jennifer. She said, I love Jacob, but I love y'all better.
Oh, how sweet. Maybe we can, get some more girls. That would be good. Or boys. It doesn't matter who. We love to have people. So, and I guess, the phone is dying, and I don't have a portable charger, and I don't have a, some kind of a system set up out here, because I am so unprepared, guys. I did charge the darn thing all the way up, but I guess it just couldn't handle the load. My iPhone 6 is about to bite the dust, people. So
somebody said do a live stream with your cats.
I will do a live stream with my cats. I love my cats. That's my thing. I'd like to do that. I'd like to cook some of Grandma's recipes, some different things like that. So, maybe I will try to build my own channel a little bit and just have some stuff that I do that's kind of different from Jacob. If anybody's interested in actually looking at it, then that would be fun. So I guess, are we wrapping this up, ladies?
Yeah, sure.
as much as I'm gonna miss everybody. I get a kick out of these things. They're really fun. But I've enjoyed all the stories tonight. I really appreciate all the callers and the support of you guys coming out for the first time with me hosting this and probably doing a real stellar job. It's been awesome.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
2 thumbs up. Best
Ooh,
day
the
ever.
smoke is getting in my eyes and it hurts.
Yeah,
We're all about
we're
to
getting smoked out
die.
here. Anyway, I think for now this one's gonna be
In the bag.
In the bag. Bye guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Oh gosh, this is awkward now. We have to like cancel it. Okay.
Toodaloo.